Well, good morning. Okay, so I don't know if I'm just behind on things or what, but I had no idea there was a new state of play. I feel like I never get off Google News looking at video game updates, and somehow I didn't know this was coming. Anyway, of course there's a new state of play because we're in the middle of the Days of Play event, and that's why everything's on sale right now. Why didn't I think of this? Anyway, woke up, had my coffee, opened up YouTube, state of play, and apparently a new Final Fantasy 16 trailer. Now this is exciting because I don't think we've had any Final Fantasy information, Final Fantasy 16 information, since the reveal trailer, which was it 2 years ago now? It must have been. It was 2020, wasn't it? So this is a very exciting time, understandably. Square-Enix said fairly recently, don't know exactly how long ago it was, maybe a month, maybe two, that they were just putting the final finishing touches on Final Fantasy 16, and otherwise they're pretty much done. So it's not outside the realms of possibility that we'll get a release date today, or at least a rough release date like 2023. But even if we do, take it with a grain of salt, because I mean, look at Square's history with release dates. Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 15, Forsaken, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, all ended up being delayed, which is fine. If they're going to do a better job of it, then just delay it. But also, like, don't get too ambitious with your release dates. Just give us a rough date, and then you can be a bit more flexible with it. Great. Anyway, let's check it out.
世界中のゲーマーの皆さん、こんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー6
Greetings,
プロデューサー
Yoshida.
の吉田です。長らくお待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。
Oh, cool. Great. There'll be great. Lots of news articles to read.
様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。それでは最新のトレーラー。
Look, if I enjoy 16 half as much as I enjoyed 7 Remake, it's going to be a good time. There are those who would fight to take back control of their fate. Yes, good. I do this, yes.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears
Leviathan?
away at our very being.
Oh no.
It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself.
I mean, it looks good if nothing else, but so did 13.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster.
Oh, interesting. Health. Ah. Action battle though, good. Which we already knew. Ah. Yeah, a bit of different layout. Oh. Sexy. Haven't seen that before.
Order to see us until tomorrow. If I take the field, our duel will
Ooh.
shake the island
It's a big
to
boy.
its foundations.
Yes. What? So there's like Eidolon battles, which isn't surprising, I guess, when I think about it. But what is that one? Ah, the gang's all here.
Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Yes. Grada. Yeah, Shiva, Odin, Bahamut, everyone! That's the thumbnail I saw. Yeah, good. Honestly feel like the first trailer was better, but like that's still.
Child of fate, awaken
Okay, so that's still a while off. Wait a second. It's currently winter in Australia. This will be summer. This will be this time next year. It's summer in the northern hemisphere right now. So it'll be in a year. That seems like a realistic release date. Yeah, I was hoping for early considering they said it was almost done. But yeah, cool. It's just so different to most other Final Fantasy games. Like, you know, they announced 7 Remake was in development, and we saw nothing from it for years. They announced Final Fantasy 15 was in development back when it was Versus 13, and obviously that was an exceptional case, but it took like 10 years. And just like in comparison, this was announced 2 years ago. We've seen 2 trailers, and they're already giving us a release window. Like, anyway. How exciting. It looks really good. It does look really good. So my hopes are high. They weren't that high after 15. 15 was okay. It was good even. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt unfinished in my opinion. And that's probably due to the development problems they had, which is, you know, it is what it is. But 16 looks good. I don't know how long they've been working on it for, but it seems like they didn't want to announce it too early, and they didn't want to, have to just keep like pushing it back. But I also, I was also assuming that 7 Remake Part 2 would be coming out next year, because I'm pretty sure they were saying they didn't want to have huge gaps between them, and the first one came out in 2020. So are they going to release 2 Final Fantasy games next year? Like, we haven't even seen Remake Part 2 yet properly. Are they going to release 7 Remake Part 2 and 16 within 6 months of each other? Probably not. So does this mean that 7 Remake Part 2 isn't going to be out till 2024? I hope not. Like, it's different development teams, I think. This was Business Unit 3. But, like, they wouldn't want to step on each other's toes, right? I mean, like, obviously for me, I don't care. I'll buy both. Release them 6 months apart. That's probably all I'll play for the year. It's the 2 Final Fantasy games, but the battle system looks good. It's a bit of a different layout to what I was expecting, because generally you don't have the health bars for your own team up the top in Final Fantasy games. Nothing that I can think of does that. But I mean, it reminds me of Tekken. The battle system looks good. The story seems good. It seems dark, which I like. I want the old fantasy. I want dark. It's, anyway, it seems really good. That's all. Yeah, but not disappoint me. And I'm keen for like a really good PS5 Final Fantasy game with the haptic feedback and the DualSense controller experience. Like, I started playing Uncharted 4 for the first time, the PS4 version, and then I went and got the PS5 version and kept going, and it was like, oh shit, literally just the controller alone makes it worth the upgrade. It just feels so much better having those adaptive triggers. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you hesitant? Are you a little bit unsure if they're actually going to meet that release window? Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, subscribe, etc., etc. I'll be following all the Final Fantasy 16 trailers and release, probably do an unboxing. So yeah, stay up to date.